their bid to succeed, businesses often fixate on their competitors, losing focus on the real success drivers, their customers, and what they need. In this episode, learn how to shift your strategy from competitors to customers, and then take it a step further and raise the game for everyone to achieve lasting love and brand loyalty. Did you ever think about how the marketplace is like a battlefield, a war zone? So there's a cutthroat competition and brand wars and marketing blitzes and carpet bombing and this whole style of advertising and all these deeply strategized product launches and campaigns. Sales executives and marketing trainees are routinely expected to outthink and crush and destroy, as they say, the competition. Think about it. Does it have to be a war out there? Does winning by definition mean that the competition must lose? Is there a better approach to brand building? Is there a more positive, consumer-centric, quality, product-oriented approach brands can use? Being of service as an approach. Yes, there is. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now think about a business that, like say a pizzeria, looking to drum up more customers. What would be the best, most lucrative strategy for the pizza place to adopt? One strategy involves competition with that other pizza place down the street. So our pizza place checks out the competition's prices and offers cheaper pizzas. Maybe they get the staff to work longer and create happy hour deals, or perhaps there's a BOGO deal. The pizza place even goes in for the hard sell. Maybe flyers handed out on the street just outside the competitor's place. So here's how our pizza plates basically undercutting the competition, maybe even trying to drive them out of business. The second strategy involves just simply great pizza. Healthy, organic, or whole grain options, or truly decadent and indulging pizza, something that is completely rare and inviting and has an ambiance to it, right? Or maybe it's your quick and friendly service. Maybe it's the coziness of your place. Maybe it's even the option for customers that patrons requested throughout their time there that has made your place customized to the neighborhood feel. So this is the customer-centric approach that aims to please and delight the people who walk in the door, or proverbial door as it might be. What do you think that is going to bring that person back again and again? Strategy number one or strategy number two? Sure, the cheaper prices and the hard sell marketing gimmicks will get them in the door the first time. But what's going to keep them coming in? Well, to misquote a former president's campaign, it's the people so stupid. And here's something else that, I don't know if you know that campaign. It was like, Ich ein Berliner, which means I am a jelly donut. Famously said by, I think it was Kennedy, right? And here's something else that happens when you have this consumer-centric approach to brand development. It has a positive impact on the market in general, which I'll talk about more in just a minute. But first, Genghis Khan famously said, "It's not sufficient that I succeed, all others must fail." Was he right? First, let's examine the premise that in order to succeed, another must fail. In my view, the Khan was plain wrong. Now, I do recognize the value of competition and that as a species, we are competitive and it's a human reason for the evolutionary success of humans. I get that. But despite that, or quite beyond that, those who are thinking, I'm going to make this obsolete, they're just shrinking our world from all the other options that are out there. And those who are thinking, I'm going to show a better way or a greater future, these are the brands that are actually not only going to rise to the top, but stay at the top. The ones that try to make things obsolete and destroy the competition and eliminate the choices for the consumers, they can't get to the top, but only for just a moment. They're not expecting everyone to follow. My point is, all that cutthroat competition is ultimately only of limited use. Consider the impact of the induction of the jet airliners into Pan Am fleet for the first time. This was a significant outlay which benefited the airline, of course. Customers were having a really great time flying that jetliner. What this also did was it created a new benchmark in the world of aviation. This made other airlines upgrade their own products. And as a result, every one of us benefited. Sounds like a pretty good plan, right? So when Apple makes truly desirable smartphones, Samsung plays catch up and vice versa all over. It's the world of telephony that benefits. People continue to get better, smarter phones all the time. When Starbucks brings out something that sounds silly at first, like pumpkin spice latte, but there are a few people that go for it and then it becomes the rage. And in that process, other coffee companies get to have creative ideas like that and build their business up as well. They feel the need to become better for us. They feel the need to bring out interesting products that we would love, to push the limits of what we would consider the benefits of their brand. And who wins? You and me. All of us, really, who enjoy a lovely or aromatic, flavorful cup of joe, right? Or a wonderful pizza. Business is not a zero-sum game. At least it doesn't have to be. The thing is, there's a lot of age-old conditioning that tells us that someone has to lose for you to win. I mean, I remember my mother always said, if someone picks a fight with you, never lose. I was a little kid, so kind of good advice, especially I was bullied. But really, that's how young it starts, that if you're going to win, somebody else has to lose. But this is not a race with a podium finish. Apple and Google can do and engage in what they may call a holy war. But this is beneficial in terms of pleasing customers, better features, more intuitive apps, smoother interfaces, you name it. I'll explain. Remember Apple's initial Maps offering? Steve Jobs announced thermonuclear war on Google and the Android OS in general. This was pure hubris on the part of the company. They arrogantly assumed that whatever they made would be superior, and they were trying to undercut Google Maps. They presumed, wrongly, as we later saw, that people would migrate en masse to the Apple product, and Google Maps would be the death blow. No such thing happened. Google Maps still ruled, and Apple was put in the position where the company felt the need to apologize. Another example, in the 70s and 80s, the Americans had their big gas guzzler cars, and the Japanese brought out their compact, nifty, convenient, and fuel-efficient automobiles. Ford and General Motors were affronted at these upstarts making inroads into what was their territory, and again, they went to war. They didn't work either. Eventually, American car manufacturers were forced to go back to the drawing board and create the kind of automobiles that people clearly liked and wanted. A competition-focused strategy is destructive, while a consumer-centric approach benefits everyone. JetBlue is a great example of a consumer-centric approach. Now, this is a low-cost airline, so by definition, it's all about the bare-bones air travel experience and cheap tickets. But the people at JetBlue, I don't know if you ever flew JetBlue, they didn't just want to undercut other low-cost airlines with predatory pricing. They decided to look at things from their customer's point of view. They examined the full service and the budget offerings to examine what customers really liked and disliked about each of those offerings. They found they could do away with the free meals, which no one liked anyway. First-class seating also went out the window. Features that didn't get added, a little more legroom, a personal entertainment console, comfy seats, and the option to buy delicious meals on board. These features gave the airline a huge advantage. Quite simply, they were offering customers more. Try reaching the highest potential of the marketplace to serve your customers. So let's talk blue ocean and red ocean here. You know the red ocean strategy pivots on carving out a share from an existing demand and beating the competition. On the other hand, the blue ocean strategy sees the existing competition as irrelevant and concentrates on creating and capturing new demand. So with the blue ocean strategy, you're able to break the value cost trade-off. Your gain is not dependent upon someone else's loss. So getting into a red ocean market is about going to war with the competition. And in the blue ocean market, it's you creating a whole new place for your people to go. So this is a 3-level strategy for a brand that can be explained beautifully with the example of Tom's shoes. This is where it gets really good, so lean in. Now, everyone needs shoes, so manufacturers make shoes, right? With Tom's shoes, for every pair you and I buy, a pair is donated to a child in need. It is the highest expression of a disposable object. They came up with the highest expression, the highest purpose, the highest benefit of a disposable object. What a thought to think about for your own brand right now. Shoes have a short life in general. So how do we up-level the whole game to our highest potential? We ask, how can I meet my customers' needs and lead the marketplace to its highest expression to serve the planet? That's the real visionary level that Tom's Shoes has displayed. The first level is getting out of the mindset of looking at that competition, focusing on that competition, wanting to destroy that competition, being all about that competition. And the second level is getting into the mindset of serving the customers. And then the third level is, what is the uplifting thing I can do to uplift the whole game with rising tides? All boats rise, right? The blue and the red ocean boats. This third level thinking is how you can raise the tide for all boats to rise, like Tom's Shoes. Tom's Shoes is doing so well because of what it's giving back. It's not trying to undercut the competition, but it's giving their customers a quality product that they can feel great about using. They can feel like a hero in their shoes. As a brand, you too need to think like this. What can I give back in my own creative way? How can I uplift the whole game? How can I help my competition even to do better? How do I offer a great product that my customers feel good about using? How do I get my brand to act proactively vis-a-vis just reactive? Remember, brands that are stuck at reacting to their competition are just stuck thinking small. When Apple thought only about defeating Google, they were shot down. On the other hand, when JetBlue decided to do more for their customers, they flourished. Rethink your strategy. Switch from competition to consumer service to really rise your brand. Imagine servicing the entire marketplace, competition included. Think about ways to raise everyone's game. Remember, shift focus towards your customers. Be of service to them to become truly beloved, and focus away from the competition to make a brand an inspiration to millions. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you don't miss a single thing. I release new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday, so you can treat this as your own free personal branding masterclass for becoming an inspiration to millions. And as always, the way to becoming an inspiration to millions starts with our motto, and that is to love what you do and love how you do it. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll love.